Markiplier here, and welcome back to Five Nights at. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Hi, here you go. It's me, Marky Moo, back at it again.
Anyways, hi everyone. Welcome back to What the Fuck Season 2. This is episode 3 with Hero and Ikrium. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves if you want to?
I'm ikrium, formerly known as the Waffle Fox, although some of my friends still call me that. I usually just go by Icky now.
Hi, my name is heero17. I'm known as on VRChat since 2017 as the Orange Blur. Some people call me Hero. Some people called me Mr. 17, which is socially awkward. I'm also known as that dude for people who hate me. So yeah.
That dude.
Okay, and I think you two know the question since I sent you guys the Q&A and DMs. So let's get to them. First one, when did you two meet each other?
Was it at the start of 2018 or at the end of 2017?
End of 2017. It was about a couple days after I made my account. I was in the Great Pug and I just said, hey, I met you because of Nags' videos, but I just wanted to chill with you. I didn't care about the videos.
Was I still in the little pink maid model at that time doing the improv RP in the Great Pug?
Great Pug? Yep.
Okay, yeah. It's coming back to me. I remember that.
Yeah.
I still like how you tried to host me when I was just basically there just to chill.
So like, I guess that's how you guys met, and you guys were just chilling right there when you guys met.
Hero was chilling. I was doing my usual improv RP of just like trying to get people to take a seat and order shit on the menu, and then threatening people who were a little out of line with potential murder, food being tossed around, beers and other alcoholic beverages being thrown at their heads, and potentially their body in the dumpster in the back, which
Oh my
usually worked in its own weird fashion because then people started to like go with the improv.
Oh my
Yeah, that was
gosh.
our first time meeting, so it wasn't really that big when we first met. The second time was more of us socially talking, and he's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? You're one of Nags' fans, and you act like that? What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Oh, that's understandable. That's honestly, people just should treat streamers or non-streamers just as normal people. They don't need to be on a fucking pedestal, to be honest, if I'll say that much.
Yeah, I think I didn't mind being on a pedestal when I was a streamer and was known. My issue with people recognizing me is every time they came up to me, it was just to talk about events that I have experienced already. Like, oh, I saw you do this in that stream, or I saw you do this in that video, or you said this in that video or stream, and it was like, I know that yeah, that was me. I get it, and that was like constantly just that, and that's what like irritated me because they didn't want to talk to me like a normal person. They just wanted to talk about what I did. I lived it. I don't need to talk about it every time somebody recognizes me.
Except me.
Yeah, except you. Well, I mean, there were a few people. There were a few people, much like yourself, Hero, that didn't give me that issue, that knew who I was. But like going into a public world and experiencing that from like 3, 4, 5 different people over the hour that I'd be there, it's just like, oh, same shit, different person.
it was even the instance when you were watching a movie a couple years later where you were hanging out with Andis watching a movie and you're like, "Oh, hey, Hero, come with us." And I just avoided you both. I was like, "I don't want to intrude. That's another person who's a streamer. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to look like I'm doing something." I literally just stayed there for a few, waited until it died out, waited to them leaving, and I just sat there for probably an hour, 2 hours waiting for the movie to end, and then started talking to him when they left. I was trying to be polite. I didn't want to be intrusive to what they were, because that's one of the big things that was going on back then was basically people were saying like, "Oh, you're just trying to get in that friend group, huh?"
Yeah, I remember that shit always. Like, if you were hanging out with the streamer, it's like, oh, you're hanging out with them. Clout chaser, that shit.
Yeah. And
That's the
actually,
reason why you don't see any videos of me on Twitch or anything, because I just try to hide from it.
yeah. It's just like, even though there's been like it's hard even to say how I feel about that because people even call me a cloud chaser, even though I just want to hang out with them. I guess they're just a normal person to me. I really don't give a fuck if you know what I
Anybody
mean.
worried about clout chasing or clout chasers probably needs to like kind of check what their like fundamentals are at, because if you're worried about other people clout chasing or you're clout chasing actively, like reality check, it's not gonna get you anywhere.
I think the phrase "touch grass" wouldn't be enough. I think the exact word should be "eat dirt." Because at that point you're not even in the realization of, oh yeah, I touched the grass, I'm good now. No, you need to eat that dirt, because honestly you don't know like your outside world anymore when you detach yourself that hard.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's all we can ask on that one. Number two. What did you two do with each other when going to worlds on VR chat, like old worlds on VR chat or whatever?
Me and Hero never like really went to like worlds. We just joined up with groups, and either I joined Hero, who was in a group of people that I knew, or he would join me in a group of people that he knew as well, and it was just kind of like that. I think outside of Hero looking for specific worlds, I'm pretty sure he's with me on this. Like, world exploring is not something that I really care to do. It's kind of like outside of if you're looking for something specific, like Hero with the dot worlds back in the day, or the few Legend of Zelda worlds that used to exist before it became more popular in VR chat. We didn't really go out exploring worlds. We just joined groups of people that we knew and just like chilled out and had fun.
Yeah, because in 2017 and 18, I was literally with the dot hack community almost all the time. Ikrium saw me there, and if I wasn't, I was with Blood Wolf's group, which he absolutely loved. Blood Wolf's group, because I knew that would be the case. um when it came to like public worlds, I'd literally like say like, hey, do you want to go into a friends plus world? Because we didn't do it until like 2018, I think, when they started putting in the private to invite plus worlds.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, hey, you want to go to this world where it's really chill and stuff? And he goes, hey, I like some chill worlds. And he'd go there and just blast some music, and I'd just chill and talk to him while he's blasting music. We just vibe hard.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else on that one, so let's get to number three. What kind of games do you guys like playing when you were growing up? Like when you're growing up, what kind of games do you guys like playing?
Um, I didn't have a big variety of games growing up. I got more video games as I like got into like my later teen years on into being a young adult. But when I grew up, I played a lot of Digimon games, Digimon World 1, a lot of
Ooh.
Digimon World 4, Time Splitters 2 and Time Splitters 3 were all up there. Jack and Dexter, specifically the second one because we didn't have the first one, and I found the third one to be kind of it didn't quite have the same feel as 2. Um, but yeah, that was mostly it. We didn't have a whole lot of those. I played a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops for the zombie mode when I got my hands on that. And Resistance Fall of Man was another one that I played quite a bit of growing up, the first, second, and third game.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Um, for me, it was I lived around the instance when the Nintendo system came out, and it kind of sucked because everybody had a Nintendo. I had an Atari 2600, so I was playing my mom's system. So I actually played all the worst games everyone knows. That is from Angry Video Game Nerd, like E.T., uh, all of them. Like, and I always thought it was annoying that everyone used to say like, "Oh, E.T.'s so hard." When I was watching the video of it, I'm like, not really. All you needed the guide. And then I thought it was funny that it took several years for AVGN to make that video showing that you just needed a strategy guide. And I'm like, yeah, no doubt. Like, I knew this. And it kind of just irked me because then I didn't get the Nintendo system, and there's a whole screwed up story about that. Not going to go into it. But then me and my sister got a shared console for the Super Nintendo, and I freaked out. It was the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country system.
Oh shit.
And it was probably the first and probably the only time I've ever lost my mind getting a Christmas present that hard. And my mom even went one step further, and this was when I was 10, and she bought me Probably my favorite Nintendo system game ever. I played that game probably 40, 50 times, and I've beaten it that many times. Probably more than any other game in human history that I've ever played in my life. And that was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Oh my
Loved that
god.
game. It was so weird, so odd. You could do some nutsy cuckoo stuff that you wouldn't see in any other game. And I was just so obsessed with it. And the Super Nintendo system was definitely my favorite system out of all of it because I also got into the whole rental phase stuff when they had like VHS tapes and rental cartridges for the Sega Genesis Super Nintendo. And I saw this game and it said Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Never played an RPG in my life. It was supposedly a field game to start you into the RPG franchise. I played it. It's actually my first RPG ever, and I loved it. I also played my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, which was called Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo, which was Final Fantasy 6. And then as time went on, I found out that I do love platformers, I do love shooters, I love RPGs. I love the storyline concept. I don't like the whole romance scale instance, but I love the whole you are a man or woman here to save the world. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you find out how screwed up the world really is. And I always liked the background characters that had a tragic instance and you tried your best to save their life over the main character storyline instances. And it's like, that's something you don't get in a regular game where you're just playing a shooter or a platformer where a background character could live or die depending on what you do.
Yep.
And people just don't think about that. But yeah, my favorite game of all time was definitely that. I also like side-scrolling beat 'em ups. Just because they're fun.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Sorry, my fucking wire's being stupid. There we go. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Son of a bitch. Here, let's get to number 3. I don't know. Well, hold on. Number 4. Is there a game that has gotten you hooked this year when playing it? That's the question for both of you.
2 games.
Oh?
Helldivers 2 and Wuthering Waves. Both of those games have all of my attention. Wuthering Waves more so right now because the balancing team for Helldivers 2 is been unbelievably atrocious. The last patch really killed the fun in the game for me, so I'm waiting for our hopeful update sometime this month if it doesn't get delayed again to maybe revert some of that and bring back the fun. Until then, Wuthering Waves is definitely what's got me hooked, but it was definitely Helldivers 2 prior to that.
Yeah.
I easily put in almost 300 hours to it.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, go ahead here.
Mine would probably be let's see. I recently been playing the Renfield game, which is based off of a movie and stuff, and it's kind of like a Vampire Survivor, but it's more difficult. I'll say that right now. I finally beat the first stage, and it was taking me forever, hair pulling. 2 other things are going through my head right now that I'm kind of going nutsy cuckoo. One I want to stream again, which is Legend of Dragoon, because that's my favorite RPG of all time. And the other one is, well, you already know because of the trailer and everything, is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts is not bad, even with that one thing we did together. Fucking you reacting to the remix.
People don't understand, but Kingdom Hearts is all about friendship and love and helping people out no matter what, and just trying to get through the problems of everything. And people just don't get that whole concept. And either it's Disney and all this stuff. That is the deceptive part of what it is. The Disney characters, Disney worlds are oh yeah, you go these places. It ain't about that though.
Yeah. I think here. And when ikrium said, he's playing the other current game that has him hooked right now, I was saying every time when I would join this Waffle Fox when he's playing Helldivers 2, Like, what difficulty were we playing on? Because last time it was like level 7 or 9. Oh, so we were doing 9. Yeah.
I only play on 9 difficulty. I don't have fun playing on the lower difficulties because I like the challenge. 7's
Yeah.
not bad, 8's not bad, but like 9 maxes out timers, so it's just the most fun for me.
Yeah. Because I think when we were playing and right before the automatons were gone for a while, literally I was just like, ikrium, grab this fucking thing and go, because I was literally playing with you guys. And you have seen like what kind of armor I wear when playing with you. I literally used the super citizen armor to keep myself alive for a moment.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think
I'm
there
a
was
light
like,
armor fanatic. I love semi-stealthing.
yeah, and I think you and me went in stealth a little bit while the other two were stealthing around so we can beat the mission and get super samples. Because that shit was annoying, but I'm like, hurry, I don't want to die. Because I think the last time when we did play, when we got into the ship and got everything, I think I still have around 50 super samples from that and whatever else. So you gave me enough super samples to upgrade my ship. I'm like, thank you. That is just...
I've capped my ship. There's nothing left for me to do on the ship. Well, I guess technically I can unlock the Emancipator, but like that just costs credits, which you will earn back in like 3 missions that you full clear. Like that's nothing. But
Yeah.
other than that, I have everything upgraded, unlocked outside of like the War Bond, because that last War Bond that came out, the winter one, doggy doo doo. I'm not getting that. I'll save my shit for something more interesting in the future.
Yeah. I just thought I would bring that up because it's a funny little memory that happened. And actually, before we get to question 5, do you find it funny how every time when you die from unknown in Helldivers 2, you literally feel like you're getting shot by the Illuminates every 2 moments? Ikrium? When you think about it?
Most of the unknown deaths, like I could tell what killed me. It just seemed like the game couldn't register what the fuck did it. Like
Yeah.
rockets, random salvo from the heavy devastators, getting completely executed by a single pixel flame from a Hulk just barely like tapping you with its fire, and your health bar being annihilated in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah. I think that's mostly it on that. Let's get this number 5. What VR chat world do you and Ikrium like going to? This kind of goes back to one of the questions for you and Hero, but you can answer that one how you want to.
Uh, if I had to pick a world I like going to, I used to like going to the Black Cat a lot, just to chill out and listen to music. But more recently, I'd have to say Popcorn Palace, specifically because I can just go there, chill out, and watch YouTube, anime, movies, whatever the fuck I feel like, and just like put it on Friends Plus. People want to join me, they can and hang out. If not, plenty of other things like they can do in a game. What about you, Hero?
With you, it would definitely probably be the best place we had vibe instances where we had good times. Probably the presentation room, definitely.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that world's good.
Because you just could talk and draw, and it was just like perfect for it. I mean, that was before the video player and everything like that. Hands down, I have to agree. Like Popcorn Palace or any other video player thing where you could watch stuff, very chill and very enjoyable. I don't like the fact that sometimes when Nick Grimm's literally watching some videos and stuff like that, somebody just comes in who just says they're a friend of his and says, I got to show you something, and skips his video and then plays like something else. That's why he put Force Command in the administration status, so no one can touch the video player but him now.
Yep.
I can
I
understand that. That
never
gets
let people
annoying.
touch it without asking. It does.
And then everyone kept complaining to me like, "Oh, you don't like League," and it's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm watching something with Ikrium and he's talking about it. I'm getting a feel from him. I'm being nice. I'm being polite. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that's whenever I put something on that I'm interested in, it's like it's my world and this is what I want to watch. You don't have to be here and watch it. Unlike Hero and a very few others, they'll sit there and watch. They may not know what's going on, but they're just enjoying like the company, which is the important part if you ask me, rather than complaining about wanting to watch what they want to watch. If you want to watch what you want to watch, go fucking somewhere else and watch what you want to watch.
I mean, it was just like he was
Yep.
watching Evangelion. I don't care for the anime; it's not my thing. Like everyone's got their own animes, and I just sat there and just watched it with him. And was like interested a little bit, but I wanted to talk to him while watching it, and it was like it's fine and dandy. There was someone there I can't remember who didn't like when we were talking and watching at the same time, and it's like we do not care.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was because, like, I don't like. I've said it plenty of times when I'm watching something. If I haven't seen it, shut up. If you're not talking about what's on the screen, I don't want to hear it. But I've already seen Evangelion like 3, 4, 5 times already, so like it didn't matter to me.
I even asked beforehand when you were watching it, like, have you watched it? Like, because I was being polite. Like, if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
understandable.
called being respectful and polite. People just don't get that.
Yeah. I don't know if I can use this word on Twitch, but people are just really unrespectful and just jackasses. I had to literally
You
reward
mean
that.
retarded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use retarded on Twitch. It just depends on like the context of how you're using it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to be careful because reasons. Because I don't
Yeah,
want.
the big words are still a no-no, but
Yeah.
you can get away with retarded quite easily. It comes down to when you're pointing out a specific individual is when you can have potential problems.
Yeah. Just using a demonstration or how it's used just works, I guess. Just gotta be careful on it. Anyways,
And
oh,
explaining it makes it even more clear on your back, too. So, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Number 6 might recall back to 5, but it's fine. What are your thoughts on the presentation when it came out?
When it came out, one of the best worlds because like what else had fucking markers, am I right? Like you could just draw, write, chill out with people. It was
Oh,
fucking
some
good.
people were very creative. It blew my
Hmm.
mind.
Some of the
And
shit
then
that I
it's
saw
just
in the
like,
presentation was crazy.
And that
and it was
oh
like it just made me upset that like the presentation room just like literally like curbed, and it's like all those really good drawers just went from, oh, I don't want to draw anymore, I want to RP or drink or get high or like watch the videos, and I'm like, oh man, that's just kind of a bummer because you had such great creativity, and it's like you just snuffed it out when you could have just kept going with it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I even saw at one point that someone was bringing up this thing where someone was going to make a theater room version in the presentation room and make this kind of whole big huge storyline sketch thing using drawings and stuff. And they just was like, I'm done with this. After World started popping out the windwork that were just doing what they wanted to do. I'm like, ah, creativity
uh
just went out the window.
yeah, and actually
That bums me out.
talking about the presentation room, like I know uh I'm gonna call out like one creator because I can. Basically that one Rebel and a few other people that have remade the presentation room. But like when I put since you guys have seen my world of it, like the remake I made, I feel like when I look at the other ones, they don't give the much same vibe. When I look at mine, I'm like, mine actually kind of gives off the classic vibe with a little bit of like you can go outside and play a pool, truth or dare, chess, and watch videos. Basically, makes it where you guys can just fuck around and have fun.
Rebels version basically has one thing that basically can become a thing of an annoyance or a thing of enjoyment, which is basically the photo op on the back wall. Like
Yeah,
it's either somebody who sees it who knows who they are, like, oh, that's nice, but somebody who doesn't know anybody, it's like, who are these people? I don't care. I want to draw. I don't care about that.
yeah,
Yours is basically, okay, I've added to it and I basically went even further. I hate to say it though, most people that I see go into your world basically talk about like your throw mechanic, and that's all they do is just throw people around. Like as if that's the only thing there.
yeah. It's the only thing that disappoints me, but enough about that. Um, Number 7. How did your nicknames come about? This is for you and Ikrium.
Uh, by nickname, do you just mean my name Ikrium, or like
Waffle
the fact that
Fox.
people call me Icky or Waffle Fox? Waffle Fox.
Yeah.
Uh, it was basically because I threatened to throw frozen waffles at people, and most of my avatars were anime-esque already or had ears on them, so I eventually got associated as the Waffle Fox when a ex-friend of mine made me a kimono friend model that was whatever breed of fox it was that had a waffle on its back, and then people started calling me the Waffle Fox.
That's nice. What about you, Hero?
I was called the Orange Blur because of I forget his full name, but his name was like Pope something or other. And he was going around VR chat recording people, and I was telling him to go fuck off because I didn't want to be recorded. I openly even stated it. It was like in early 2018. He just kept chasing me down like a dog, and it's like I don't want to be recorded. And I literally ran around that whole map because back in the day you couldn't just drop a portal while running. You had to stop, plunk it down, or join someone. So I had to get away from him first before I could leave. And literally someone was like that is saying like, yo, that dude ran for like 2 hours in that world before he finally left because it was taking forever for him to leave the world, and the dude lost track of him. And they even said they saw me climb up like White Tower halls, like big building all the way up to the top, and the dude like flew up there. And then I just jumped down, rushed through some portals, and he was blocking me everywhere I was going, so I couldn't go through the portals that were in the world areas. And then I was hiding behind the mirror, couldn't do that, and then I basically hid in the tree, which people said like that was impossible. And then basically jump dived, hit the freaking respawn button, hit the join to world, boom, went to another world, and they're like, that is nuts. And it took 2 hours to do that while on desktop mode.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And it was called from that day forward the Orange Blur, the dude who just wants to run away from people who are streamers.
It's funny when you said White Tower Hall because like you heard me giggle a little because what's above my head right now when you
Yeah,
said that.
I know. Gear group, I know.
Yeah.
That's because what it was called.
Yeah. It just made me snicker a little, so I'm like, okay, that's a little funny reference call. But
I mean, I'm one out of like I think a couple of thousand people who ever climbed that thing legitimately, and you had to mash the spacebar button or your jump button on your freaking controller. I'm one out of a couple of thousand that did that.
Jesus, yeah, it would take forever. Don't remind me. Oof. I, Ikrium said Waffle Fox, and he did say there was other ones. Let's go back to that, because I heard you say there was other nicknames people have gave you, Ikrium. Oh, I hear the other ones.
The other one is Icky. People just shorten the IKR. They remove the R, and just call me Icky. That kind of came because there were people that were calling me ikrium or ikrium, putting an I in front of the R. But if like you look at my name, it's IKRIUM, and I don't know how people kept on like mispronouncing it. It didn't really bother me, but because people were calling me ikrium or ikirium, it just kind of like people started rolling with icky instead. So that's what most of my friends now call me, is just icky.
Don't forget about that one time people called you Icky Butt.
I think we don't
It
need.
was only for a day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is. Anyways, pretend you didn't hear that. Anyways, oh, I'm trying to make sure. Oh, here we go. I think Ikrim's gonna like this one for number 8. What are your real talk videos about, Ikrim?
Whatever the fuck I want to talk about that is like realistic for the most part. I usually rant in them about the topics, but I like to talk about things that I find are like important and are worth real talking about, like potential pedos in the game being called out on Twitter, and I further put them on blast via real talk so more people are aware that this person's a scumbag.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I think I watched some of them and I'm like, good thing I watched this now. I know when to watch out for someone that's acting weird. Because it gets.
You know, also a big problem with it is on VR chat. A lot of people would like to use that defense if they just hate someone nowadays.
Yeah.
That's a big problem now with it.
And there's those days where you on this game when people will threaten you and say you're not a moderator or someone that owns a group and will try and make you off yourself. Anyways, I'm gonna pretend I didn't say anything. Anyways, I don't know what else to say on that one. Number 9, what is so great about the Great Pug World? This is just for you and Hero as well.
I don't think it's as good as it was back in the day. I really don't. I think that's agreeable on both of us, isn't it, Ikrium? That it's not as great as it was back in the day.
Yeah, I'd like to say what I think is so great about it now is I don't see Owlboy anymore. Owlboy, the creator of it, was an annoyance to me the first time I met him because he was so like I don't know, he was so dissociated that he couldn't discern RP from like real life. When I said I was the owner of the Great Pug, he said, "No, you aren't. I made this world." And I was like, "Are you mental? Or are you just dissociated with people so much so that you can't understand that I'm not speaking in a literal sense? I didn't say I made the world. I said I'm the owner of this establishment. I even worded it in different ways so he would understand I meant it in an RP business sense. I don't see him anymore. Glad he's not around. Maybe he's changed,
Sad,
but my
sad
impression of
thing
him
is, I
has
saw
ruined
him
that.
last year, like talking about that stuff when he did his anniversary instance. I saw some of the
Oh
mods there, and I
God.
was talking to him. He like literally gave me the boot of the downstairs area because he said I was an annoyance. Because he literally was talking about like some guy years ago about claiming ownership, and I was like, I know who that is. And then he basically was saying he kept talking about how great his world is because it's an exact rip of the original bar, and was explaining more stuff about it. And it's like, yeah, that's nice, but don't really care. Want to talk to you, human, not about world. Like, so I tried talking to him about like anime, video games, stuff like that. To get no response about it, and he just goes, walks off to a staff member and talks about his world more. And I'm like, I don't know, weird guy.
Yeah, that's just fucking weird.
I mean, honestly, me and Ikrium, and basically, I remember one time I tried to be a bartender at the World. It didn't go very well because I was a desktop user, spilling drinks everywhere. But we tried.
Jesus. That's understandable. Um, sorry, my
I mean, hey, it's
stomach is
supposed to be a
hurting me.
place to have fun, you know.
Oh no, I know. Sorry, the spaghetti from earlier is fucking hitting hard in my stomach.
That's your fault.
Yeah. Well, it's that and then a garlic bread, so that's my fault on
I mean,
too,
it's
G.
just like if I remember, the attic area didn't even exist in 2017. It like, yeah, and then like the second floor was like the big popping place because that was literally where you could literally do entertainment and stuff. Now no one does it at all. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I had to get my hand close because I'm using X as a relay to look at the questions while I'm listening. Just give you a heads up. Fuck, sorry. Anyways, number 10, Hero, why don't you like streaming on VR chat?
Yeah, Hero, why don't you like streaming on VR chat?
He knows this. So
It couldn't be because of any particular reason.
yeah, it actually could. So back in the day when I basically started getting on VRChat when I first got online, I had seen like Nags' videos. I had known something was up originally because when I asked people about VRChat, I'd always get in Nags' videos, oh, you need a VR headset, you need a VR headset. It was in Chris's video, or I think his name is Chris Pontier or something like that. The dude who did the Nemo like VR chat like thing. Have you seen my son? Like, I talked to him about it, and he's like, no, 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 you can actually get on there for free, and you don't need VR chat. That's just people being jerks to you. And I was like, oh, okay. I get on there. I felt socially awkward because everyone was very welcoming, and I was like, I don't experience this a lot in video games. I experience like being trash talked and stuff, and okay. And then it was like everyone was like, I remember the first time. It wasn't when Ikrium. It wasn't with Ikrium because everyone thinks that, oh, I met him. He's the first contactor. No, no. I was hanging out with Iron Dawn, and Al Jordan when those two were together, and it was like an accident fluke where I met one of the other big content creators that was around just as much as Nags was. I think they kind of had that dying out at some point. I didn't know who they were, and they were getting their face in my face, even though I'm on desktop. I'm like, this is uncomfortable, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, leave me alone. Go away, shoot. And they wouldn't leave me alone. They're like, "Oh, you're funny. Oh, you're interesting to talk to." And it was like, I don't care. I don't want to be recorded. And then they kept saying like, "Oh, well, I'm going to put this on YouTube." And I said, "I don't consent to this. I'm not allowed to. I don't want to be recorded. I don't consent to this." And he goes, "Oh, well, I'm going to still put it up anyway." And he's like, "Yes, you do. I'm going to contact somebody in my family that's lawyers because I have a family full of lawyers, and I'll sue you." So it never went up. Because I ain't playing with this. And then he kept yelling and screaming at me, saying like, "Oh, why don't you like streamers?" And it's like, and then I yelled at him. I was like, "Because, asshole, I'm an older streamer than you on Twitch. I'm a Justin TV caster." "Oh, that means nothing." It's like, no, it means that I came from Justin TV that made Twitch TV. This website of Twitch would not exist without me and my friends who I had met through the retro community to do it. And it's like it was hard back then. I don't care what anyone says. It was worse than any excuse you try to say now of how hard it is to grow. It was worse because no one cared. And I still have to deal with it even to this very day, talking about my past instances, and then everyone saying like, "Oh yes, I was one too." And it's like, I have software tools, I have settings you do not have that is on my Twitch account, and I can check that. Don't think I don't, because I do every single time someone says it. And then I message my other streamer friends that are from the past and name that person, and then half of the revenue or advertisements just got pulled immediately for doing that. You don't say you're something you're not. You don't. I don't care who you think you are. And if you personally try to attack an older streamer that's been around before you even existed, you're going to get yourself canceled by a lot of advertisement consoles because we did stuff that no one else did. And the thing is, we suffered worse than anyone else because no one cared about us. And even to this day, we get the lowest views possible. And I even openly told ikrium that I'm an older streamer on the platform. And he goes, "No joke." And I'm like, "Look at my VODs." And it's like all the way down the list. You'll literally see stuff all the way down to 2010 before even Twitch existed. And then people just
Yeah.
think that I'm a part of the company or something. And it's like, no, I was an older streamer before the website ever existed. The website did not exist until 2011 to 2012. It's because this website wasn't originally Twitch. It was Justin. And anyone who says otherwise is just full of it. And anyone who says they are a part of it, I always look them up and then I mark them down if they basically lie. And the funny thing is, if they say, "Oh, it's under another account," your account connects to your other account. Like, I'm sorry to say, I have like one other account connected to this account that is on my Twitch, which is a group. And then there's another one connected to that that's like charity organizations that has nothing to do with me because I'm not an owner. I just used it.
Huh.
It's it's the instance of I didn't want myself out there any more than what I was. I don't want my friends knowing about me being on this platform all the time because they're going to do the same thing to. And I found out some of them have been doing it, and I'm like, oh god, no. Because if people think I'm bad, they're 10 times worse. They're definitely 10 times worse than me.
Yeah.
Attitude, judgmentality, high profiling. Yeah, you think I'm bad, they're worse.
Oh, that's understandable. Okay, so what I'm gonna do since we just got done with 10, I'm gonna have you and Ikrium answer question 11, 12, and 13. Ready? Okay, here we go. 11, what's your favorite anime? Number 12 is, have you played retro games before? 13, have you streamed retro games before? Go ahead, you two.
Uh, 12 and 13, no, have not played retro games. As far as favorite anime, uh, probably One Punch Man because it's been one of the only anime that I finished and then immediately went to the manga to continue. Whereas I've not done that with anything else. One Punch Man is the only thing that I've ever went to the manga for, and I loathe reading. I would prefer to just watch things play out in front of me, which is why I typically watch things dubbed because I don't like reading at all. So the fact that I was willing to read One Punch Man after its conclusion as an anime speaks for itself.
Hmm.
I have a stacks of like original animes that I've seen because I'm probably an older generational person of anime watchers. Um, the one I got the hardest into that I have to say right now is I have seen One Piece all the way straight through 5 times to its original date. I'm going through my sixth time right now in subbed. I watched it dubbed and subbed, and I've read the entire manga series all the way up to the latest chapter as of right now.
Jesus.
And I still think anyone who says it's long, I literally point out, you think that's long? Go read Detective Conan. Good luck with that. For
Hmm.
if I played retro video games, yes, dozens, including some that people would be envious if I played. Uh, then there's the thing of streamed retro games. I was part of the Justin TV original retro community before retro got popular with speedrunners, which was in 2013, 2012 on Twitch. I started streaming that in 2010. Joined the very first retro community ever existed in Justin TV. Joined several different organizations by the retro community. Last Life Group, Retro Rockstars Group, One Bit Heaven Group, One Bitcoin, One Up Lives, ALS, an ALS one. It didn't have really a group thing. There was like I was part of the moderation team of Gaming for a Cure with the biggest retro group streamers ever. Made a lot of money on that one. That was pretty good. Let me see. I know that most of my retro communities back in the day kind of fell out, and I always got aggravated that literally everyone always pestered me. It's kind of like the same thing with Ikrium when I'm hanging out with him. Everyone asks me what he's doing instead of just asking him himself. And there was a friend I knew back in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012 called Bushwick78. He deleted everything that he had and literally quit the website in 2013, 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. And I got in contact with him about a couple years ago, and it was because he got his Steam account hacked, and I helped him out with that with a couple other friends. And he just asked me how I was doing, and he even brought up a point that no one else did, which was he also said I was the very first person in Twitch TV history, and it was on Twitch, where I streamed 25 video games in less than 1 hour in a charity event.
Rise Hero.
And what had happened was my ADHD had kicked off when I did that, and I just couldn't figure out what game to play. So it literally were playing intros and openings and stuff like that. By the time I finally set myself onto playing a game, it was Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and I only got to play like 5 to 10 minutes of it. And what was really funny is the rules in the charity event that I was in when I did that was that you cannot play the same game someone else plays. And I remember after ending my thing, when I was in the after party instance where I was stopped streaming and stuff, everyone was losing their mind in Skype in the after party call and saying, how the hell did I do that? That I had all these games on my list that I was playing, and no one has seen a single one of these games in human history or even thought of recording them because no one thought that those would be interesting enough to play. And the funny thing is, when I did that, the viewership shot up from 45 to 256 doing that.
Jesus
And it
Christ.
just fluxed up even higher because of that. And it's like, okay, whatever. I was just like springing out. I was like, I don't know what to play. I'm very confused. Please send help.
Hmm. No, that's
That's the
understandable.
reason why disabilities are a real thing, you know?
Yeah. No, that's understandable. Okay. Oh, okay, so we have 4 more questions left. Here we go. Number 14. What are your thoughts on people harassing someone or take someone away from someone? That one's kind of hard to think about how it's worded, but if
Not my problem if it doesn't involve me directly.
Well, actually, Ikrium, we did have a talk about this a couple of days ago, if you think about it.
Yeah, not my problem if it doesn't involve me or my friends directly.
I mean, is this an instance where it's if it's with us, or is it an instance where it's just a vague instance? Oh, with us. Okay, so it's with us, Ikrium. It's with
Oh, if it's
us. So
with
we can go
us,
on this
then
tangent. Okay. Ah.
I gotta put my foot down. Like I gotta put my foot down if it's like one of our friends that we're talking about. Then
yeah.
yeah, like I'll put my foot down. I'll talk to the person myself, and like I'm gonna get the situation resolved. Or the person that's harassing slash causing issues is getting a fat boot out of here. As simple as that. I'm an adult. I don't feel like playing games with children, and it seems like the majority of the mentality in VR chat is adults with childlike brains or think they're in high school. Uh, Ashamed to admit, I used to be like that myself, but eventually you grow to fuck up. I don't got time to deal with children anymore, and people like that, they're still children. They need to grow up. I'm just gonna
Oh,
shut them down.
I've openly said the only way that always happens is basically if they have a near life death situation with a family member. It's kind of messed up to say, but that snaps you out of reality of that whole fictional stuff. Is when a family member kicks the bucket, you're like, I can never see them again. I
Yeah.
wasted my time on this video game when I should have spent time with my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, my mom, or dad. And it's like, yeah, that's a you problem, not anyone else's problem. And the sad thing is, I've seen some people on VR chat just literally complain about it. And it's like, honestly, we feel bad, but at the end of the day, that's a you problem because you shouldn't have been on here. You should have spent time with your family. And that's just a fact. That's really just a fact. That's not even just like insulting you. That's just a hard fact that you should not be on here if you're wanting to spend time with your family. And if you have regret, that's on you, on no one else. I mean, I at least have the instance of saying that I got to spend my last moments with my grandfather and had some great moments. And I warn people, don't do that squandering thing of basically thinking you have more time. You don't. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And as for the whole situation, I'm sorry I got off topic of it, but it's just like when I hang out with him, I always literally am like, yeah, I'm just chilling with him, and then like one of his friends like invites him to a world, and he's just chilling with me. We're watching some weird shit on YouTube and stuff, talking, and it's like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, come here. He's green. Come here. Don't invite him privately, and don't do it just because no one else is online. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, oh, my friends aren't online. Then, instead of just inviting someone who probably might be somewhere, why don't you request to go to them? But if you're saying you don't want to go to them because it's a problematic person, hence someone that basically didn't like me, what knew probably I was in that world and didn't want him to hang out with me. And it's like, God, you're such children.
Yeah.
You're all adults.
And some of them just go, you know what? You know what? You're wrong, and you're a nobody. I did that voice
It
for a
doesn't
reason.
matter if you're a nobody or not. It's
Hero.
called common courtesy,
Hero.
common respect. Yes.
Before we continue, you know why I made my voice sound like that for a moment? If you think about,
I realize, but it's just the instance of it's just common respect. Me and Ikrium, literally, I remember one time we were in the Black Cat, and I don't like going there so much. Came over there, he's vibing to music. People are yelling and screaming and hollering at him. I'm just laughing at him, just literally blaring it even louder. And then some of his friends literally try to get his attention when he's just vibing, and it literally says on his About Me status, listening to music. Join if you want, but I will not talk. And then I'm just like, hey, I was like, hey, Ikram, you listen to music? He's nodding his head. I'm like, hell yeah. And then I'm just vibing with him, and I'll literally wait there. But some people don't have the respect to let him have his vibe, let him have his chill moment. It's like it's kind of like that jerk when you're in your car listening to your music on the highway next to the side of the highway, and then some jerk comes in and then hits your radio because they say it's annoying because they drove by it. I mean, good
Man,
God. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry to get mad about it, but it's just the instance of you're how old, and then people try to say, oh well, like I've heard people call me an old man. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. You call me a jerk. You call me an asshole. I've openly told people I'm an asshole. I've literally said like I am that dude who would basically just tell you the cold hard facts, not care about your feelings, and just basically say, if you piss me off enough, I'm gonna be done with you. And if you royally piss off with me, you're literally dead to me. And that is a concept where I just don't want to ever talk to you ever again.
Yeah. And actually, before we get to the last three, I'm gonna say this real quick.
I mean, that's the reason why I
Oh,
came on to VR chat to begin with, was just to talk to people. I mean, I don't know what other people's reasons were. I just didn't want to talk to Ikrium when I was like talking to him. I was like, I came here to get him make friends.
mhm.
I think that's the reason why he probably thought it was weird, because I just wanted here to chill the fuck out, meet friends, socialize.
Yep.
And apparently people don't want to do that.
Before we, as I said, before we get to the last three, I want to say this real quick for anyone that's still watching. If you guys ever feel suicidal, go to counseling if you can, or therapy, or search up what's that one app called? BetterHelp, right? Yeah, BetterHelp. And please take care of yourself, because everyone on this game is not your therapist. I'm gonna say that right now, for reasons.
Or go watch Low Tier God.
Oh
Ikrium,
dear God.
Ikrium, you went so quiet when you said that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, your mic shit itself.
There we go. That should be better.
Yeah.
Yep, good.
Now say it again.
I said, or you can go watch Low Tier God.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyways, number 15. Why do you both love chicken nuggets so much?
Because chicken nuggets are like the best thing on the planet outside of bacon.
Hey, dino nuggies are good.
Simple as that. It's just chicken nuggets it's bacon, then chicken nuggets, and then probably macaroni and cheese if I'm going to be 100% honest.
Oh,
Hey Grim, what if they put bacon inside chicken nuggets? The next level.
Well, that's a combination, right? That's a combination. If we're talking bare bones, like it's bacon, chicken nuggets, and then like macaroni and cheese. But chicken nuggets, it's like that's a top quality of food. It's easy, it's quick. That's the best part. It's quick. And you can dress them with all kinds of different things. Now people always get mad at me because I say like, oh, like I just eat my chicken nuggets as is. I don't put like barbecue sauce or anything on them. And if I decide, it's usually ketchup. And people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You got a problem with the way I eat my food?
Remember the one time where I basically said, "Oh yeah, I put salt on mine," and then they got really mad.
But yeah, chicken nuggets are just like the second best food on the planet. That's why they're so great. I think we can agree to that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love chicken nuggets. Like if I don't go to McDonald's and get them, I always get a banquet style one. I always want them freaking oven fresh or deep fat fried. I want that crisp crunch instance. I don't want that soft squishy crap. I want that crunch. Like, ah, yeah.
And you just have to take into account that they're so fast to make. It's not like fucking grilling a steak or something. It's just like one and done. And you just got this. You have not only a potential meal, but you have a snack as well. It's perfect. They're just perfect.
Sure, I'm still listening. But I was gonna say, imagine putting a corn dog in peanut butter and jelly. For some reason, that sounds good.
Somebody doing something like that is like they're a terrorist. That's just all they are. They are committing terroristic acts somewhere on the planet, and it's like people. Okay, like hear me out. It's like the people who take the eggs out of the egg carton and put them into like a compartment in their refrigerator. You are a terrorist. When you organize the stuff in your refrigerator like that, you are a terrorist. You cannot just do something like that and expect people to think you're normal.
I wish someone chat and typed that in, and the funny thing is I know a friend who does it, and I was like, what the fuck?
Be careful, they are terrorists.
The real weird part was he literally is like, hey, go ahead and try it. And what he did was he wrapped it in jelly, wrapped it in peanut butter, deep fat fried this corn dog. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He goes, shut the fuck up, eat it. and it'll blow your mind. I ate it. I'm like, what the fuck am I eating? It tastes like a jelly donut with fucking peanut butter and a hot dog and corn. What the fuck? I just ate a whole meal, and it just like it wasn't even bad. It wasn't even bad. It was pretty damn good.
That is a heretic and a terrorist mixed together to make this fucking like disgusting creature attacking you mentally and like trying to fucking get into your mind and play these psyche games with you so you'll start eating weird shit like that and become a terrorist yourself. Like if you start organizing the shit in your fridge, Hero, you need
honestly,
to talk to me.
Honestly, Ikrium, it's just as bad as basically seeing people eat poutine, and I'm like, what the fuck is poutine? It's like French fries with gravy.
Wait, what the
and stuff
fuck
all
is
over it.
poutine? What the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. If you take your French fries, like if you go to like Whataburger and you like dip your fries in like the gravy, if you get like the chicken strips and gravy, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you actually have like a little basket or a bowl of French fries or a plate and you pour gravy
That's
over
literally
them,
what I'm talking about. That's poutine. That's poutine. That's some weird shit.
people like that don't deserve rights to food. Okay, they don't. They're freaks. They're freaks. It's like those people who think pineapple belongs on pizza. They're freaks. That's heretical. It is terroristic. They're like
I
they're
think
like
it's
the people
okay.
who still stop signs.
I honestly think it's okay, but with pineapple and bacon on a pizza, I think it's okay. But here's the weird thing: I've actually seen some people put sour cream on pizza.
What the?
That's disgusting. Sour cream is already nasty as is. What kind of
It's
fucking
more-
creature would think sour cream on pizza is?
It's far worse when I put ranch on my fucking mac and cheese or on my corn dog.
You put ranch on your mac and cheese?
Yeah, I do.
What is wrong with you? That is. I'm surrounded by terrorists. Terrorists.
Breaking your mic, yelling so bad.
I know. I can't help it.
I mean, honestly, Ikiba, if we're gonna go down that route with mac and cheese, I've actually put steak sauce on it, and it's like it doesn't taste that bad.
You know what? That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, and
You need to be sat down and re-educated on what you do and don't do with macaroni and cheese.
dude,
Honestly though, putting steak sauce on macaroni and cheese kind of tastes like you're actually eating burnt like mac and cheese on a grill.
dude, I need to
tastes
turn
like
this
it.
into a YouTube clip of just Ikrium just going, I'm surrounded by food terrorists. Oh my god.
I mean, hey man, it's not. I mean, it's not as bad as like freaking people with the freaking hot dog and the Twinkie and the deep fat fryer. I'm very concerned about that, you know.
Anyways, let's move on before Ikrium loses another brain cell. Anyways, number 16.
Waffles.
Pancakes or waffles? Okay, fair enough. I guess.
Why would you want a pancake when you can have a waffle? That's a superior.
I used to always
piece of fucking breakfast food.
For my grandparents, I used to go to a waffle or a pancake place all the time. I am 100% completely burnt out on pancakes. I can't even touch them. And the worst part is, waffles are almost the same variation of it, but there are certain kind of waffles I love to no end. And I'm still trying to get this guy to eat a certain kind of waffle that I know of that he's never tried before, which is called a gingerbread waffle, which is basically making gingerbread cake, pressing it into a waffle thing, and then putting whipped cream on top of it. It is amazing, and he has not tried it yet. And I told him it is freaking god tier.
Oh yeah, and naturally, Ikrium, you might yell at me for this. I don't know if you tried this before. Have you tried jalapeno poppers?
No.
So it's like it's
spicy things.
It's well, you can take it out if you want to, and then it has Philadelphia cream in it, and then basically the bacon gets wrapped around the jalapeno, and then we use toothpicks to pick it through, put it in the oven, cook it, bring it back out, and just go it tastes fucking good. It's like the pussy of food for me.
I'll just sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top of it too.
Yeah. It's really
And it
good.
sounds like it could be interesting. I don't know how I feel about Philadelphia cream cheese and bacon, but
Uh,
it could be something to try.
I do have the recipe. Well, my mom pinned it downstairs in the kitchen, but I can take a picture of it and send
Did
it
she
to you.
give you a recipe of mac and cheese without fucking ranch on it? That's what you need.
I put barbecue sauce on it one time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
I
deserve
only-
to be in jail. You're a criminal.
I put
You know-
Taco
you know
Bell
what the
mild
worst
sauce
part
on
is?
it as well.
The only reason I've ever done that in my life of putting barbecue on macaroni was when I was desperate to get a little bit more flavor than freaking just cheese and noodles.
Is it more worse that I put salt?
That was because I was desperate and I had nothing
is
left.
is it more worse I put salt and pepper on my mac and cheese sometimes?
No, salt and pepper is fine. I don't think it's necessary, but it's fine.
Hero, come on. You the hero.
Salt and pepper can add a lot to mac and cheese. It just depends on how much salt you added beforehand and making sure you don't over pepper it.
Yeah, hold on, I got you. Oh, fuck. Well, actually, would I be able to post this episode on Spotify? Probably. It's fine. It just hit the 1 hour mark. Anyways, number 17 before we get any distracted. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the old hub with the names on the wall? If you know which like old hub I'm talking about with the names on the wall.
The world made by Error in
Yep.
DL originally. I thought it was a pretty cool, unique little thing to do, showcasing like OG players at the time. As of my thoughts on it now, I don't care. It's just there.
Yeah, I just don't like how there's one person that is a crasher slash whatever, and they're just staying in there and using it for certain things. Anyways, Hero, you know what I did.
Yeah,
Just-
I know. The dude was on my friends list and I blocked him because he was an annoyance.
Yeah. Actually,
But
Oh.
my instance of it was for the world, it kind of hit me hard. I don't like the fact that I'm on the same wall with Nags. I don't like that. Like, I honestly don't. I was like, really?
wait, you are?
Yeah, I'm on the exact same wall. It says Joey Bagels right in the bottom freaking right corner. I was like, oh my god.
Actually, nah, let's not.
And it's okay that I have some other friends there that are on that wall, but it literally is like it's emotional because it's like these are some of my friends on this wall, and I didn't expect to be on this wall, and that hits hard. And I
Yeah.
remember when Lamp came to me and asked me about it, and he goes, "Yeah, we're making this world with all these guys' names and stuff on it. Do you mind being in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care." I didn't think anything of it. I heard about the memorial wall, but never went there. And then when I finally went there, I was crying because it's like it was a nice world. It had a lot of memories from the past from 2017. It really hit hard, and it's like I saw several names to people there, and even more screwed up is some names that of people who had passed away were there, and it's like, I mean, one that's really bad that almost everyone knows about is the guy who made the Treehouse world passed away. a couple years
Oh,
back.
yeah, that one. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, and it's even worse when you think about it because it's like you see a lot of like I always forgot that there were tons of like Matts and Matt sixes and and it's like that were like, you know, what Matt called the clones of Matt, which I really didn't care. I even know one, which is Nat Six. Nat Six is a great fucking person. I
Yeah.
actually prefer them over at Matt. Sorry to say, but Matt's kind of a jerk. Nat is a fucking amazing person.
Yeah, they are.
Burger King is great. The assassin it just sucks. Like just flat out. That's how I'm.
And then, actually, this is a funny joke for the hell of it. For you, Ikrium. How did you get your signature mating call?
The sound I
Hey.
make is something that I only revealed to people one time.
And I clipped it.
Well, I mean, like how I do it, I've only revealed one time. Only once have I ever said how I've done it.
Yeah.
Whoa, I think
So-
they're more preferring to why it was called a mating call. That's 100%
Yeah.
me. That was 100% me. That was me. I take full
Well,
responsibility of that.
it was quite a lot of people that called me or called it a mating call. Hero amongst the first of them. It's strange that despite the influence that nickname to the sound I make has, there are people who don't know I can do that sound that I have done it in front of, and they'll be like, "What the fuck is that? Some sort of mating call?" And it just like it makes me want to suffocate a small fly because I would never harm another human being outside of self-defense.
Even when I'm
I
not
say
there,
that.
it works.
And actually, remember last night when
Not
Curry
mating call,
joined
no.
you? When Curry joined you and I said it, you just wearing that one avatar before I took a picture with you, and you were just giving me the fucking like wah face. I mean, like I was,
The look, yeah.
I was just like I was dying from laughter because that was
Like, I will
turning.
end you.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
I mean, it didn't even. It made it even better when I clipped it on his Twitch channel, and the fact that it's literally like his fifth to top sixth, like highest clip video on his Twitch channel.
Dude, I'm honestly wondering if I could have one of my friends Sparta remix it just for the fuck of it to make it worse. Oh fuck. But I don't know what else.
No, what's even funnier is when he does it. Some little a lot when he does it. A lot of girls that are in VRChat worlds say, "Oh, that's a cute sound," and I'm like, "Well, it does work apparently."
Don't say that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't deny the fact that it's always the girls that are like, "Oh my god, that's an adorable sound." Fuck
Yes.
you.
Why do you literally think I said it was a mating call? Because I noticed how your ex-girlfriend was saying stuff about how every girl you did it around were looking at you like, "Oh, he's so adorable." Dude, have you not realized that? That's the reason why I said it in the first place.
If only people knew the origins at which made me even attempt to make the sound like that, they probably wouldn't feel the same way.
And actually, before we end the stream, do you want to send the stream off of the mating call if you want to?
Absolutely not. What I'd like to send the stream off with is you getting some fucking help for putting ranch on macaroni and cheese.
No, that works. That works.
Shame.
Anyways,
Shame.
thank
I
you.
don't care if it's on pizza, but not macaroni and cheese. Shame.
Anyways,
That's heretical.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of What the Fuck Season 2. If you want to go to Hero or ikrium's thing, ikrium's Twitch name is ikrium, like it says in the title. Hero's Twitch name is heero17. If I'm right? Yeah, right. But besides that, if you guys want to go support them, you can. They have their own channels. Give them love, some support, and I will see you guys
Subscribe
later.
to my YouTube, you fuckers.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans, anyways.